when the oil boiled over and ignited the flames. Lewis says he had stepped away for just a few minutes. He heard the smoke alarms going off, but when he returned, flames had already reached the garage door and then spread from there. This time of year, by the way, turkey fires of that kind, not uncommon. The U.S. Fire Administration suggests you don't overfill the fryer with oil. Make sure the fryers are on a flat surface for stability, and keep a fire extinguisher nearby. Oh, and this too, never use water to extinguish a grease fire. Alabama State Troopers say alcohol may have been a factor in a wreck between a pickup truck and a train in Montgomery County. The crash happened Monday morning on Wares Ferry Road. State troopers think the train was going about 30 miles an hour when it collided with the truck on the tracks. The truck was cut in two. The driver suffered only non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators suspect alcohol was a factor. They say numerous bottles and cans in the car. No one on the train was injured. The father of missing Alabama teenager Natalie Holloway trying to have her declared officially dead. The Birmingham News quotes lawyers for Dave Holloway as saying they expect a judge to sign an order declaring her presumed dead when a hearing is held on January the 12th. The order is a step in the process of getting an official death certificate. Holloway filed the petition in June saying there's no longer any evidence to suggest his daughter is still alive. Natalie Holloway disappeared in 2005 in Aruba on a graduation trip with classmates from Mountain Brook High School. For this Tuesday morning on, hey Jerry.
Got the fire department going to the 400 block of North Ripley. Watch out for them there the next few minutes. Of course, roadways wet and slippery out here. As far as accidents go, at this second, we're doing good. Don't pawn your title. Call Trico Finance for your Christmas cash. They can really help. Trico Finance. Now, they have two locations. One is in Millbrook, the other in Tallahassee. Great people. I'm Jerry Howell for CBS 8.
Two men with fists and canes fight over a football game. The story is coming up.
And I'm CBS 8 meteorologist Mike Harris. We're still looking on the radar. Probably some mixture here and there, but the roadways are wet. Take it easy. We'll talk about when you can get this out of the way. That's coming up next.
CBS 8 News, weather and sports are on Twitter and Facebook during this newscast. Get involved. Log on to WAKA.com. This traffic update is brought to you by Faith Rescue Mission.
When I inspect homes, I can't be in an allergy fog, so I get Claritin Clear for strong, non-drowsy relief of all my allergies, like dust, mold, pets, and pollen. Looks good.
Thanks.
I live Claritin Clear.
Sullivan in the corner, fires, good. Is it all the way in? Nobody holy cow! Back to Gabriel, a long three, yes!
SEC mini packs featuring 4-game and 5-game plans are on sale now. Get yours today by visiting aubtix.com/hoops.
More features, more selection, more savings. Chevy's giving more at your South Alabama Chevy dealers. Save on the best full-size truck for the money, Chevy Silverado. Silverado gives you more for every gas dollar, plus better stability, a bigger payload, and better towing. Choose from a huge selection with power seats, Bluetooth, USB port, and more. Get up to $6,500 total savings or 0 APR up to 72 months, or make no payments till spring. Chevy's giving more. See your South Alabama Chevy dealers.
Sorry I'm late.
Bring home the movie critics call an exhilarating gift. Filled with humor and heartbreak. One of the best movies of the year.
It's so good.
Based on the sensational bestseller, The Help, on Blu-ray December 6th.
Now, with your CBS 8 First Alert Weather Network forecast, here's meteorologist Micah Harris.
We are still seeing some light drizzle here and there, especially in the capital city where the light showers are starting to move through and work their way towards the east. Let's go ahead and check outside CBS 8 Alpha Skycam there in Montgomery. and temperatures 39 degrees. It is chilly outside, especially with those winds. They'll start to kick up towards the afternoon, so watch out for that. Storm Tracker 3D Doppler radar, here's what we're looking at, all right? So along I-65 and eastward are pretty much where everybody is going to have that chance of rain. Very light rain, anywhere from Elmore, Tallapoosa, Bullock, Macon County. Those counties have that chance of rain. You go towards the west, not seeing much at all. Mostly cloudy skies is going to be throughout the day for you. 37 right now with that drizzle, 46 towards noon, and then towards the afternoon we'll be right around 50 degrees, but those winds will make it feel like it's in the lower 40s all day long. That jacket, scarf, whatever you can put it on, because it's going to be a chilly day. Tim?
We all need to bundle up. Thank you, Micah. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is recommending vaccine schedules for children that does not call chickenpox a vaccination until a child is a year old. However, those younger than that reap benefits from older kids who are vaccinated. Michael Jones has the details coming up in this morning's Medical Minute.
It's clear. The chickenpox vaccine is the best way to prevent the virus in most kids older than a year. But what about infants who are too young to get vaccinated? According to a study published in the journal Pediatrics, the CDC says those infants indirectly benefit as well, and in great numbers. Researchers tracked cases of the virus from 1995 to 2008. They found that cases dropped 90% among infants. The common childhood virus is very contagious and causes a blister-like rash, itching, and fever. In severe cases, it can be fatal. The CDC says prior to the vaccine in 1995, infants were 4 times more likely to die from chickenpox infection than those older than a year. Study authors say that improving vaccination rates in people of all ages will further reduce the risk of infants contracting the virus, and that those who can should be vaccinated. For today's Health Minute, I'm Michael Jones.
Talk about a late hit. 2 former football players in their 70s fought it out with fists and even a cane over a grudge that has lasted way too long, over half a century. The fight happened on stage, oh yes, and on camera. Here's CNN's Jenny Moose.
Throw the flag for unnecessary roughness. And 2 former football greats go at it over an ancient grudge. MC Ron James called it
a couple of septuagenarians duking it out,
while others called it a geezer fight. It started at a Vancouver luncheon when former quarterback Joe Kapp took a flower from a centerpiece and extended it to his rival, who responded. When Kapp swatted Angelo Mosca with the flower, Mosca used his cane to knock Kapp's glasses off. Then Kapp decked him with a 1-2 punch. Ironic that Mosca's new book is entitled Tell Me to My Face. Even more ironic was the first word out of Kapp's mouth after the fight. Sportsmanship! Mosca says once he was knocked down, Kapp still didn't stop.
I'm 74 years old, and I don't walk very good with a cane, and I have no balance. Down I went. When I went down, he kicked me.
See if you see it. Not that Mosca hasn't kicked a few guys in his days as a wrestler after retiring from football.
Angelo King Kong Mosca.
But King Kong Mosca wasn't beating his chest after this one.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that it ever happened.
The grudge goes back 48 years. It was a Canadian Football League championship game. Then quarterback Kapp was mad because Mosca made what was widely considered a dirty hit that knocked one of Kapp's teammates out of the game. Fast forward almost 5 decades.
I'm not going to sit there and have someone stuff a flower in my nose.
Later, Kapp told a weird story, quoting the player, Angelo Mosca, injured 48 years ago.
I named my dog Angelo, and I kick the shit out of that dog every day.
A couple of grumpy old football players. It's like a scene right out of the movie Grumpy Old Men.
You can shove that pole!
Only in Grumpy Old Men, the weapon of choice was a fish rather than a flower.
All I can do is apologize.
Before the fight, Mosca offered his hand and Kapp ignored it. After the fight, it was the other way around. A YouTube poster summed it up this way: toothless, but still ruthless. Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
Coming up on CBS 8 this morning, something a little less violent. Find out how you can celebrate the Christmas season by going to see an Interfaith Nativity exhibit. You're watching CBS 8 this morning.
I'm making Jimmy Dean. Want some?
High pressure system in the early afternoon.
We'll have a high pressure system in the early afternoon.
Sunny, high in the low 80s.
It'll be sunny, high in the low 80s.
Chance of precipitation.
There'll be a chance of precipitation in the afternoon. There you go.
Wow, that was fast.
Wow, that was fast. Microwave.
No way, this came out of a microwave?
Yep. No way this came out of a microwave.
Start your family off with Jimmy Dean fully cooked sausage. Jimmy Dean, shine on.
Hey guys, I'm home.
Let's face it, during the holidays, you're pretty slammed. Fortunately, Churches can help you shorten that to-do list with our holiday meal. It's 8 of our hand-breaded, hand-battered legs and thighs, large mashed potatoes, and 4 honey butter biscuits, all for only $9.99. And pick up something extra from our 9 for 99 cents value menu. After all, bringing home a delicious holiday meal with wholesome sides at a great price is the one gift everyone in the family can appreciate. Churches, you bring it home.
This is Holly, or Ms. Clemente as her students call her, and they call her often because she's always there for them. No problem is too big or too small, because to Holly, you can't teach someone if you don't connect with them, and you can't connect with someone unless you truly care for them. Sometimes success starts when you go the extra mile to make sure someone else gets ahead. Virginia College, your success starts here.
Tonight on CBS 8.
The human heart beats 4,200 times an hour, but even in the healthiest of bodies, it can fail. The astounding new medical advancement that allows the heart to beat and live outside of the body on The Doctors.
Tuesday at 3 on CBS 8.
Welcome back to CBS 8 this morning. There's an annual event, it's become annual now, called an Interfaith Nativity that is underway in Montgomery. We have a couple of guests here to talk with us about it. And I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves, if you would. You're from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yes, we are. I'm Elaine Holborn. Yes. I'm a committee member.
Yes.
And Ethan Stoker. I'm also a committee member.
How many years? I've kind of lost track, but it's been a few, hasn't it?
This is our 6th year.
Okay, well, that's a few.
Yeah.
Where is it, and how do folks go about seeing it? And also tell me about what the collection is like.
All right. It's at 3460 Carter Hill Road at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and it's next to Jeff Davis High School.
Okay.
What we have is, you know, when you find something that's really wonderful and you want to share it with everyone, that's the way I feel about this Nativity. It is probably the most wonderful experience you can have to begin your holiday the right way. Mm-hmm. We have over 400 nativities that different members of the interfaith community have loaned to us to show on display for 5 days. And we have everything from nativities made from rocks and nuts, cloth ones, to ones that are made of crystal and porcelain. And there's no medium that hasn't been used. Banana leaves have been used. And what we've tried to do is carefully think this through. When you enter in the foyer, you enter where the shepherd is seeing the angel, and she's making the annunciation to him that fear not, a Savior is born. The purpose of that room is to help you leave at the door all the frenzy, all the stress, all the hustle and bustle of the holidays, and take a deep breath, and just for 1 hour, if that's as long as you want to spend, go to a beautiful musical concert, and then go on your self-guided tour of the exhibit. You can't have a room full of 400 depictions of the birth of the Savior and not be overcome with a feeling of awe and wonder. It is just marvelous.
Ethan, what's your favorite? Have you seen, is there one that you particularly like?
There's several that are beautiful. The one that I love is the Alabama clay nativity that's made out of Alabama clay. It's beautiful and gorgeous, depicts all the different scenes of the nativity, which is it's beautiful.
And I guess folks going to this can just take their time, and the exhibit is not any particular schedule or anything.
Oh no, we actually have 2 rooms. We have a large room, the cultural hall, where we have most of the nativities, and then we have a smaller room which has more of the children's nativities, and children absolutely love seeing these nativities.
This is already opened at this point?
It opens tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the first day.
Yes.
And what are the hours?
It's from 1 o'clock till 8 o'clock, and that's all the way through Saturday. Saturday it opens up, I believe, at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, is there a website for more information or a phone number?
It's www.montgomerynativity.com. And they can go there, and there's a schedule of all the musical groups that are performing every hour. We have musical groups performing from various groups, churches from around the Tri-County area that are coming and playing.
We thank you both for coming by and hope you have a great turnout as you usually do.
We do.
Thank you so much.
Happy holidays.
We hope you'll come.
Now, with your CBS 8 First Alert Weather Network forecast, here's meteorologist Micah Harris.
Still looking at Storm Tracker 3D Doppler radar, where we are still seeing some light drizzle, light showers, especially east of Montgomery. East of I-65 is going to be the best chance of rain. Now, you go west of there, and it looks like we're just going to stay with some mostly cloudy skies as the system lifts towards the north. Here we are looking towards the east. There in Elmore County, the best chance of rain there right now. We're seeing some light to possibly a little bit heavier rainfall than light rainfall. So that's going to continue to work its way towards the east, and especially there along I-65 going past Montgomery, the capital city. You can see all clear towards the west and towards Mississippi. So that's the good news right there. It looks like we get rid of that as that system continues to spin towards the north and Tennessee, and that's that upper level low that's going to continue to drive some of those winds. Ooh, those winds 10 to 20 miles per hour for today. Blustery outside. We talked about the snowpack, how it affects our temperature. So let's go through time. This is exactly what this low did. Went up through the central portion of Alabama, now situated over Tennessee and over Georgia as well. Okay, so now we get those winds coming back. There's the snowpack over Tennessee, the upper portions of Mississippi as well, especially Memphis. A lot of snowfall there. Now here's the case, all right? So once that system moves towards the north, get those winds from the northwest. That'll go over that air mass, that cold snowpack, grab that cold air and just kind of walk it towards us and transport it towards us, all right? So that could make our temperatures a little bit colder for tomorrow. Right now, still chilly, 39 degrees in Montgomery, the capital city. It's a little bit wet on the roadways. Take it easy out there. Current temperatures right now in the 30s for most locations, 37 there in Montgomery, 38 in Troy, 35 and Aluja, a little bit chilly down towards the south. All right, you guys might see a little bit of sunshine towards the afternoon, around 54 degrees in Carolina, 40s up towards the north and along I-85. So that's what we're going to be looking at the next 8 days. For tomorrow, we have 50 degrees, but once again, that snowpack really come into play. We could see temperatures once again in the 40s. Thursday, Friday, Saturday into the weekend looking fantastic. Look at overnight though, Thursday, 27 degrees, a little bit cold out there. We get some rainfall there on Sunday into Monday as we have another system going to be making its way through at about 40%. Then we'll come back once again with some cold air there on Tuesday. Stay with us. We have more sports, news, and weather coming up next.
100% Black Angus beef, crispy onion strings, crumbled blue cheese, and A1 steak sauce. If you're not getting hungry now, you'd better check your pulse. And that's just the way it is. Introducing the new Steakhouse Thick Burger, only at Hardee's.
Leaders always go the extra mile, demanding more from themselves, working harder, looking ahead, and setting higher standards. The same way Baptist Health has raised the quality of health care in our community, earning national rankings in everything from patient safety to vascular surgery and cardiac care. All of which has now led to Baptist Health being named one of America's best healthcare systems overall. Baptist Health, leading the way.
Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Todd. Do you want to be my boyfriend?
Sure.
Great. Give me a melt.
My melt?
Yeah, I'm your girlfriend now.
I don't think this is working out.
Get your own Subway steak melt, like the steak and cheese. Layers of juicy steak and bubbly melted cheese. Subway, eat fresh.
Look what Denny's left for my dad, Santa. Christmas cookie pancakes, milk and cookie shake. I think Santa needs a helper.
Come try Arthur Christmas's favorites, only at Denny's, and see Arthur Christmas only in theaters.
Dress to impress.
Impress this holiday season. Cato, a new statement of style.
Tobey Maguire has agreed to pay back money he won in poker games. And which star is hanging up his cape for good? CBS News correspondent Manuel Gallegos has the answer in this morning's Eye on Entertainment.
It's payback time for Spider-Man star Tobey Maguire. Maguire is being forced to give back $80,000 he won playing in high-stakes underground poker games. A bankruptcy trustee sued Maguire and 21 other poker players to give back the money they won from Bradley Rudderman. Rudderman is in jail for running an investment Ponzi scheme, and the money will go to his victims. Here in New York City, Charlize Theron and Gary Oldman were among those honored at the Gotham Independent Film Awards. Both stars did the meet and greet at last night's event.
I feel amazing. I mean, this is overwhelming and really nice, and you know, like I always say, to have gotten to work with the people that I have gotten to work with has been mind-blowing.
Theron won an Academy Award for Best Actress in 2003 for her role in Monster. She has a new film out next month called Young Adults. Oldman is best known for his work in Harry Potter and Batman.
If you devote yourself to an ideal.
And the actor playing Batman alongside Oldman says the third film will be his last as the Caped Crusader. Christian Bale says he's taken off his Batman hood for the final time after wrapping filming of The Dark Knight Rises. And Bale's co-star in the film, Anne Hathaway, could soon be hearing wedding bells. The 29-year-old says she's engaged to her boyfriend, Adam Schulman. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Manuel Gallegos, CBS News, New York.
Also in news this morning, a federal judge says former Governor Bob Riley can be called to testify in the bingo bribery retrial. Attorneys for Victory Land owner Milton McGregor subpoenaed Riley and former Public Safety Director Chris Murphy. Riley's attorney had fought the subpoena, but the judge refused to block them. The judge said McGregor's lawyers showed sufficient reason for the subpoenas, including the former governor talking with at least one of the defendants about the gambling legislation that led to the charges. The retrial of the 7 remaining defendants is scheduled for January the 30th. Let's check on what's going on in traffic now. Jerry Howell, what's rush hour like out there?
Well, the city is starting to wake up now just a little bit with some sleepy eyes. 65 and 85 looking good right now, but here it comes from Prattville and Millbrook, also from Selma, that area on Highway 80 towards 65. Just be careful in all these areas. Give a log cabin for Christmas. Cliff Davis Homes has a 500-square-foot log cabin, 1-bedroom, living room, kitchen, and bath. Very affordable. Cliff Davis Homes, North Boulevard, and at cliffdavishomes.com. I'm Jerry Howell for CBS.
It looks cold and wet out there. It kind of does, and gray.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're in here.
Yeah, me too. It is cold and wet outside. A little bit of windy as well. So we're talking about winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. It makes it feel much cooler. I have 50 there. That's just the average. Down towards the south, that'll be in the lower 50s. Up towards the long 85 and north of there in the upper 40s. So it's going to be a chilly day.
Thanks for joining us on CBS 8 this morning. Up next on The Early Show, new allegations about Herman Cain having an affair, how the GOP candidate is responding.
Plus Black Friday to Cyber Monday, retailers are reporting record numbers. But does this mean the economy is finally recovering? Those stories and more next on The Early Show. We'll see you then.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Sellers Law Firm.
Now, what is the worst? Last-minute Christmas shopping? This year we still have months. Lots of time? Lots of time. Is that a Christmas tree?
I think so. In a rush? Come to the UPS store and we'll pack and ship all your gifts.
WAKA is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to providing broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should contact Laura Ross at WAKA by calling 334-271-8888 or 800-467-0424. You may also write or email using the information on your screen.
Boring toast. We're giving you a makeover at Sonic. How? Accessories. 100% pure beef patty, grilled onions, cheddar sew-in this year, hickory barbecue sauce highlights, and you look good. Or throw on sautéed portobello mushrooms, Swiss and mayo, and strut it when you've got it. You go, Texas toast. Get the bacon cheddar toaster melt and the mushroom Swiss toaster melt starting at $1.99 each. This is how you Sonic.
Don't miss the boat, don't miss the Harriet too.
'Tis the season to cruise with Santa aboard the Harriet II. Join us for dinner every weekend from December 8th to the 20th as we cruise with Santa. Tickets are available now by phone, online, or at the Riverfront box office. The holidays are right around the corner, so call today to book your holiday parties aboard the Harriet II so you don't miss the boat.
Don't miss the boat, don't miss the Harriet too.
With extended hours, let the UPS store pack and ship your gifts.
Texas A&M supports SEC football.
Good morning. Herman Cain says, here we go again, denying an Atlanta woman's claim of a 13-year affair.
I was aware that he was married, and I was also aware that I was involved in a very inappropriate situation, relationship.
Cain says they are just friends. We'll take a look at how her story, though, could shake up the GOP presidential race.
Dr. Conrad Murray is sentenced today for causing Michael Jackson's death. He could get prison time or just probation for involuntary manslaughter. We will preview the sentencing hearing.
Winter arrives very early in Tennessee. Up to 5 inches of snow from a storm pushing up through the south. We'll take a look at where that rough weather is headed next.
And for more than a quarter century, one man has captured the fire and splendor of Hawaii's Kilauea volcano. We will meet him and show you more of this spectacular video early this Tuesday morning, November 29th, 2011.
From CBS News, it's The Early Show with Erica Hill and Chris Raggi.
Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Erica Hill.
And I'm Jeff Glor. Chris Raggi is off this morning. This volcano footage will not disappoint, I promise.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
We'll hop on a flight right after the show and get there.
I am in.
Great stuff. First, though, we begin this morning with Herman Cain, once again on the defensive as the Republican presidential race enters a critical phase right now.
Nancy Cordes is in Hilton Head, South Carolina this morning for us. She has the very latest on the Cain campaign. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning to you, Erica and Jeff. Her name is Ginger White. She's an Atlanta businesswoman, and she says that her affair with Herman Cain lasted for 13 years, ending just before he began his presidential campaign. She says she's coming forward to tell her story in part because she feels bad for the women who accused him of sexual harassment.
It was pretty simple. It wasn't complicated, and I was aware that he was married. And I was also aware that I was involved in a very inappropriate situation, relationship.
46-year-old Ginger White told Atlanta's Fox station, WAGA, that her relationship with Cain started in the late 1990s and that he flew her around the country for more than a decade to meet up with him as he traveled. In an interview Monday, Cain was asked about her claims. He said the two were just friends.
Now, when you say friend, was it I mean, I'm asking, these are awkward questions, but I'll ask you the questions you're going to be asked. Was this an affair?
No, it was not.
There was no sex?
No.
Cain's attorney, Lynn Wood, was less categorical, saying that a reported sexual affair is, quote, not a legitimate news story, and that Cain has no obligation to discuss these types of accusations publicly. Cain, who has been married for 43 years, is competing for the votes of social conservatives, and the allegations of an affair come on top of several accusations of sexual harassment. Cain was the